من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Your Excellency, Mr. Imran Khan, Prime Minister of the Islamic Republic of Pakistan, Your Excellency Makhdoom Shah Mahmood Qureshi, Minister of Foreign Affairs of the Islamic Republic of Pakistan and Chairman of this session, Your Royal Highness, the Foreign Minister of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, Honorable Ministers, Your Excellency Ambassador Hussein Brahim Taha, the Secretary General, distinguished delegates and other invited guests, gentlemen of the press. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. It is for me indeed a great honor and privilege to speak today on behalf of the African Group on the occasion of the 48th session of the Council of Foreign Ministers of the Organization of Islamic Cooperation, holding in this beautiful city of Islamabad. We are indeed humbled by this singular honor. Let me at the outset convey the sincere appreciation of my delegation and that of the entire African Group to the government and the people of the Islamic Republic of Pakistan for the warm reception and generous hospitality. And we also thank them for the excellent facilities that have been put at our disposal for the success of our meeting. We wish to congratulate the good people of Pakistan on the celebration of the 75th anniversary of independence of Pakistan. We wish you more peace and prosperity. Permit me also to congratulate you, Mr. Chairman, for your unanimous election to steer the proceedings of this session. And in the same vein, I wish to commend the Minister of Foreign Affairs of the Brotherly Republic of Niger for the numerous accomplishments during his chairmanship of the previous session. I further take this opportunity to welcome on board our new Secretary General, Ambassador Taha, and to assure him of our full support and a fruitful and successful tenure at the helms of our common organization. Your Excellencies, distinguished delegates, the 48th session of is taking place at a crucial moment in the history of our organization. The huge socio-economic and humanitarian challenges posed by COVID-19 pandemic, coupled with the rising wave of political and security crises in parts of our member states, call for our concerted efforts and joint action for durable solutions. It is obvious that our immediate preoccupation should be directed towards fashioning and implementing a robust post-COVID-19 recovery plan to respond to the needs of our people. And to this end, we reiterate our support for the commendable endeavors of the OIC aimed at addressing the various conflict situations and flashpoints, particularly in Africa. The menace of terrorism, insurgency, banditry, small arms and light weapons, human and drug trafficking have continued to militate against the peace, security, stability, human rights, social cohesion, and indeed the economic development of the entire African region. And this is why we welcome the choice of the theme of this session, which is Partnership for Unity, Justice, and Development, which we consider very apt and indeed very relevant. We believe that the 48th session will do justice not only to the numerous issues on this agenda, but also adopt appropriate and implementable resolutions to address our common and pressing challenges and fast-track recovery in our member states from the COVID-19 pandemic. Mr. Chairman, for the past 12 years, Nigeria and indeed the Lake Chad basin countries have continued to suffer from brutal acts of terrorism led by Boko Haram and lately ISWAP. The activities of these enemies of peace, unity and progress and development have created a very serious humanitarian crisis in our region. In Nigeria alone, we have over 3 million people that are displaced and are living in IDP camps. In Burkina Faso, we have about 2 million people that are also living in IDP camps. The OIC must not abandon these people. They are in dire need of your assistance, and that is why Nigeria has proposed a new draft resolution on this subject for your kind consideration and adoption. And we hope that the OIC will extend its full solidarity to these people with a view to alleviating their plight. Furthermore, a robust implementation of the relevant OIC resolutions on combating the Boko Haram and other terrorist groups in West and Central Africa, and indeed some parts of Southern Africa, and support for the operations of the G5 Sahel Joint Force will significantly assist the ongoing national and sub-regional efforts towards addressing these lingering security problems in our sub-region. This measure would, if of necessity, also include the comprehensive review and execution of the OIC Code of Conduct on Combating International Terrorism, 1994, and the OIC Convention on Combating Terrorism. We further urge for concrete collaboration and partnership with the national agencies of the member states, including the Saudi-led Islamic Military Counterterrorism Coalition, in order to stamp out this menace that is facing our countries. Your Excellencies, distinguished delegates, beyond the active measures needed to counter terrorism in our region, the mobilization of funds for the various national social and humanitarian actions are crucial to the rehabilitation and radicalization efforts in the affected countries. Equally significant is the need to address the economic root causes of insecurity in the African region. In this regard, the implementation of the OIC resolution on the recharge of the Lake Chad, which has lost over 80% of its water, would contribute to the restoration of the various communities in the Lake Chad Basin and return millions of people to their lost livelihoods. Similarly, it is our conviction that the agenda of OIC on peace and security can best succeed if we establish meaningful partnership with the United Nations, the African Union, and other sub-regional groupings in Africa on conflict prevention, conciliation, mediation, and peace building, as well as the promotion of good governance and democracy. And closely related to this is the need for granting debt remission and relief for our countries, especially the least developed countries that represent more than 1/3 of the OIC membership. Mr. Chairman, poverty remains one of the major challenges confronting Africa, and the pandemic has sadly further aggravated the situation. To create a better and more sustainable future for our people, strengthening intra-OIC cooperation to harness the enormous resources and potentials within our member states is key and essential. Equally vital is the need to boost intra-OIC trade and commercial exchanges as a bedrock for our economic cooperation and a means to further enhance South-South cooperation. We regret to note the drastic decline in the volume of intra-OIC trade, reported from 700.1 billion in 2019 to just 552.8 billion in 2020, amounting to about 21.2% decline. We applaud and encourage OIC efforts in capacity building and skills acquisition development, as well as the promotion of research and innovation, especially in the areas of agriculture and food security. In this regard, we support the adoption of the OIC Plan of Action on the development of strategic agricultural commodities and underscore our commitment to play a central role in the implementation of programs on wheat, rice, and cassava as part of our endeavor to promote agricultural cooperation. Already in Nigeria, the central bank-supported Anko Borrower's program has produced the desired result, as we have drastically cut rice importation and have attained the first position in rice production in Africa. Your Excellencies, distinguished invited guests, as we commend the OIC for its sustained interest in Africa through the various IDB initiatives, which include the Islamic Solidarity Fund for Development, the Islamic Development Fund, and the Special Program for the Development of Africa, we call for additional mobilization of resources in order to achieve the target capitals of these funds and programs. And we also reiterate the importance of the Dakar-Port Sudan rail project and the need to accord it the due attention it deserves because of its enormous economic impact on the continent. Mr. Chairman, before I close, let me reaffirm, on behalf of the African Group, our full solidarity with the people of Palestine, as I also restate our support for the cause of Jammu and Kashmir people. We commend the Islamic Republic of Pakistan for its sustained commitment to the ideals of the OIC and pledge our support to its chairmanship. We also wish the 48th session of the Conference of Foreign Ministers very fruitful deliberations. I thank you for your very, very kind attention. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi.